Welcome back to class. Today we want to talk about how to prepare our egg traps or eggies, as the case may be. This is a regular tie rod. So we got this from the wood market. So it is cut into smaller sizes, and we've used sandpaper to smoothen the surface. We've done that already. Yes, it has been used a few times. That's why the face is not looking very bright or shiny. Yeah, so one of the things you should do is you should use a piece of wood that are similar in height, that is, their height are closely related. So I've picked this to exemplify what I'm doing. So having done that, you will need your band rubber. To hold the pieces of wood together to make one rack. So now, one of the things you must learn and pay attention to and give consideration to when making our eggies is that between the stack of wood there must be space between, because it is inside this space that the BSF flies will be laying their eggs. Because the flies will use their bottom part of the fly to check the nature of that place. So if there is no space, of course they are not going to lay there. Now if the space is too much, let's say this first and the second one, the space is as big as this. I'm using my hand to hold it. Once the fly put their bottom around that space and discover it is too big, their instinct will tell them that place is an open space and is not safe to lay their eggs. So it must be something very small, like we have it here. Something very small. That gives them the impression that that place is a closed space, little space they can lay their egg to preserve their egg from external touch or whatever. So this now is like 80% fit to be used as eggies or egg trap. But if you look at this first part, this place is closed. So one of the things we'll do is you can break brooms into smaller pieces like this and use it to separate this. Now it has opened up, so that makes this material fit for an eggies. So we'll do the same thing for the second one. You join the wood into one stack, and so you check if there are enough spaces. For the first and second, of course, obviously the space is just enough, but for the second and the third, it's as though there is no space. So for this one, I'm going to introduce our broom again to separate. I think, okay, from this end it is opened, so I think the best place to put this will be at the center. It is to create just a little space. Yes, you can see, perfect. Just a little space. So it is inside this space. Of course, this area that is too wide, the flies are not going to be laying here. It is somewhere that is very close like this. Yes, they are not going to be laying in this open space. But because of the nature of the wood, it's not perfect, so we'll leave it that way. So that is that on preparing your egg trap or your eggies.